is he? He is me. Hi, I'm Rafi Redzwan. This is he. Here is my chance to share some amazing stories with some amazing people that are inspiring to me. He celebrates everyday people of everyday life. He revolves around conversations that inspire others to change the world and make a difference in life, with a little bit of laughter and a whole lot of drama. Join me for personal stories and experiences on health and healing, successes and failures, recovery and discovery, anything relatable, and anything in between. He elevates us to rise again and live our very best life. Just so you know, you are not alone. He is with you.
Kelakar if you see my setting right now. It's
Tak
like
apa, I know, I know.
pillows.
Imagination kan macam dalam studio kau, macam
Yeah.
dalam kita tengok KJ tadi.
Yeah.
Tapi realitinya bantal.
That's why I'm like, oh, okay. That's why people actually need a studio for this.
Nadiah Aziz seeks to embrace changes in life through acceptance and contentment. In this episode, he uncovers how she initiates life-altering experiences on a personal level, overcomes the obstacles, and becomes a person significant to self-compassion. She delves into the discovery of how beautiful life can be when she appreciates the inevitable changes and finds the meaning of her purpose in life. As a teacher, the journey may have identified her true calling. The story of becoming the change is the importance of having difficult conversations to being soulful and bolder than ever. This is her story. Hi Nadia,
Hi, Rafi.
how are you?
I'm great, thanks.
Good to hear from you. Finally, I've been waiting to do this with you. Yes, yes. And I think this is a very interesting conversation. I think we met one time and you spoke
Mhm.
about the importance of having the difficult conversation.
Yes,
And I think to start having this difficult conversation is to be the change you want to see.
yes, exactly.
Yeah. And
Mm.
today, this conversation is about how you initiate life changing experiences on a personal level and how
Yes.
you overcome the obstacles to become the person you aspire to be.
Wow.
And I, I hope it delves into the discovery of your beautiful life, someone who appreciates and embraces inevitable changes and what it means to your purpose in life. So, what is the meaning of be the change you want to see according to you?
Ooh, according to me, I feel important already.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think to be the change that you want to see or you want it to be, according to me, it's, I think, to always be thankful and content with who I am and what I have in the present, you know? It's not an easy thing to do, I think, especially when, if you're in your 30s and not married, and sometimes I also struggle to overcome my anxiety attack. Um,
Mhm.
it takes a while, I think, to develop an appreciation for the present moment. And
Mm.
and as anxious person, very highly sensitive person, you know that we are constantly thinking and we're worrying about what happens if I do this, what happens if I don't do this, you know, what happens if I say certain things, what are the consequences going to be, you know. We also have the tendency to visit and revisit our past, and it's really truly difficult task to master the only constant in life, which is change. But I
Yeah. Yeah.
think once you have that difficult conversation with yourself, as you mentioned earlier, um, you know, you it's easier, I think, for you to accept your failure, accept your regrets, um, and only then you can be at peace with yourself. And I think the change that I want to be, I think bottom line is this: I want to introduce this concept, this Islamic concept, which is
Hmm.
qana'ah. I'm not that
Hmm.
religious or anything, but I love this
Yeah.
Islamic concept, which is called qana'ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
In English, it means contentment, you know?
Yes. Yes.
The feeling of content, like you feel that all your needs have been fulfilled. So I
Mm.
think this is the change that I wanted to see in myself, and I hope for everyone as well, you know?
Very
Yeah.
nice. And
Yeah.
change is something that I think a lot of people are scared of.
Yes.
And to be the change is something, it's a whole new level.
Mm-hmm.
And I struggle with change a lot, like changes that I am scared of, and
Yeah.
I feel that change may destroy me sometimes. So, what was your journey like in finding yourself to see the change in you?
Mm. Journey, like it's, because I'm a teacher, so I'm going to give you some example. Like it's a bit of a Little Red Riding Hood. It's a little bit of a Alice in Wonderland kind of
Yeah,
story. But I
yeah.
think one of this very interesting story that I like to share is about the crow and the pitcher. If you've heard of that story, so there's this desperately thirsty crow who finds a pitcher with water at the bottom, but he couldn't reach it with its beak because it's too short. So, he keeps
Mm,
putting on pebbles into the pitcher until the water level rises.
mm,
Um, and then he can reach it. So it's a bit
mm,
of that. So it's a lot of hard work throughout my journey to change,
mm-hmm,
becoming the person I am today, I think. So
mm-hmm.
if you imagine myself as that crow, and I have to put a lot of hard work, a lot of trying to accept as well. Um,
Yes.
Obviously, bumpy and rocky ride, definitely. It's not a smooth sailing because I think the key here is to accept um, your journey. That, for example, if I can share my personal experiences, my plans in my 20s didn't work out, for example. Like, some people plan to be married at the age of 25 or having kids at the age of 27. So, accepting the person that I am today, I
Yeah.
think, is a huge change from solo traveling in Europe,
Mm-hmm.
to contemplating whether or not I should drive by myself or take a grab to my parents' house, which is just half an hour away from where I live. It's a huge change, because of the episodes that I have, because of all these sudden anxiety attacks that I have. So I think it's not easy, and it's even the smallest part of my life changed. Like, for example, having cigarettes and coffee for breakfast to, now counting 7 seeds of habatu sauda and drinking honey lemon tea with it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
but it was the fear, like you mentioned earlier, like the fear
Mm-hmm.
of, oh, what if it didn't turn out okay,
Mm-hmm.
but it will come through. It will all be okay.
Yes, yes. Do
Mm.
you find do you finally feel that it's okay now to actually break that fear and go through change with peace?
I think so. I
Yeah?
think so, yes. I know it's funny, like maybe for someone who's in their 60s or 50s, they'll be like, oh no, you're just in your 30s.
Mm-hmm.
But at this present moment, I think, yes, I think I'm happy where I am. I can accept the fact that I'm talking to you about it now.
Mm-hmm.
It shows how much I have accepted, how my plans didn't work out. That's why again it's important to have that difficult conversation with yourself.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Mm.
to admit that we are not
Yes.
perfect sometimes and things don't go our way,
Yes.
and to feel content with what we have is also something that it's really hard to do, because for me, when I find myself
Mm.
to be,
Mm-hmm.
sad, for example,
Mm-hmm.
what ways can I make myself to be happy? You
Yes.
know,
Right.
if finding something to do and make me happy will make me happy, then I'll do it. But would
Yeah.
I feel content? Would
True.
that change be something for me? And
True.
you mentioned about not
Mm.
being married, and then now that I'm married, I feel like there's no right or wrong, I
Yeah.
feel, because when I was single,
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I was empty.
Oh, yes.
And then now that I'm married and I have a kid, it's the best thing, that has happened to me, but I still feel empty.
Yes.
Sort of
Yeah.
religious or anything, just so that
Yeah.
I'm empty because I don't practice and stuff like that. But
Mm.
I'm saying being in this present moment
Yeah.
is to also be the change.
Mention about you being married now, like it's not that
Mm.
I have anything against married people, but
Yeah,
of course, like I'm gonna be lying if I said that no, I don't want to be married. Who doesn't want to? Who doesn't want to have their own child? You
yeah,
know. But like I said, it's about accepting and it's about feeling qana'a. It's about feeling contentment. Like
mhm.
this is the best for you for now. You know.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
believe so. If it's the best for you, it is the best for you.
Like
Yeah,
it everything happens according to your situation at the present moment. I think because
yeah,
I'm dealing with more than 60 students at school, so I'm
hmm,
an educator. You know,
hmm,
my students are age 2.5, 3, 4, and 6. So
hmm,
I imagine myself, I had this difficult conversation with myself.
hmm.
Imagine coming home to 2 or 3 kids and you will never get your rest, Nadia. I have
Yes, yes,
because
yeah, yeah,
you have to be dealing with all this little rascal stuff in school, and then
yeah,
coming home you just have no rest. So
yeah.
maybe I'm
True.
not strong enough yet
Yeah,
to go
yeah,
through.
yeah,
And
yeah.
when I think about traveling, because I still want to travel the world, and I
Hmm.
don't have to think about, oh, who's going to babysit my kids, whether or not I'm going to have to spend more for an extra person, one or two. Of course, I would love to do that in the future, but maybe for now, I strongly believe that God thinks this is what's best for me for now.
Yes, yeah,
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 yeah. I agree. Yes,
hmm?
I
Yeah,
totally agree with that. And sometimes when the time comes, that's
yeah,
when it's best for you.
yes,
There's
that's right.
one way to look at it too as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I feel like I'm getting so serious and so emotional.
can.
A
But
bit
it
of
is a
your love will
very
help.
no, but Nadia, when you
Yeah,
have this difficult conversation, I think
yes,
it will always start off very serious because
that's
some
true.
difficult conversation can be,
Mm.
can be hard.
Yes,
When it's
yes,
hard, it is serious, but as you learn to accept and see the bigger picture, it would not be as serious,
true.
you
Yes.
know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, for me personally, when I heard you told me about your future and whatnot, and
Mm-hmm.
it's okay to want all that,
Yes.
and I think it's okay because, you know, I have some family members or some people around me that trying to dictate or tell me certain things
Mm-hmm.
that this shouldn't be the way, it shouldn't be like this, it should be like this, it should be like that.
Yeah.
But why don't someone tell me that it's okay to want more in life? It's
It's
okay to want
a
some things,
dream.
but as long as it doesn't disappoint you in a way, one way or another,
Hmm.
it's just a dream. It's okay to want that and feel content with it,
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So, as you discover a new path in your life, what inspires you to be the change in life?
I'm glad you asked this because I never had a hangout with friends or spending time with my family without mentioning what inspires me, which is my students, of course.
Ah,
Yes.
nice. Yeah, yeah.
No, like some of them have been with me as my students for more than 3, 4 years. And
Mm-hmm.
it really is a privilege to see them grow in front of my eyes. I spend 5 times a week with them. So it's interesting how to see their skills have developed, how their characters have grown. And, from them not knowing how to grip a pencil to now seeing them being able to compose a poem, you know
Mm.
like children are pure-hearted, adorable little creatures, and things that they say or do never cease to amaze me. And I love how they do not give up easily, Although
Mm-hmm.
some of them they might need a little extra push, a little extra encouragement, if you like, and they believe in you when you believe in them. And I think the best part is that they do not hold grudges. They are this beautiful, like a bunch of beautiful chaos that actually inspires me. Yeah, like for example, they don't like to hear this two-letter word in English when you say no, don't do that, no, don't do this. But they will go to one corner and sulk for a bit and cry a little. But the next thing when they come to school and see you, they will just give you the biggest heart hug that you actually needed. You know, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel like because of their characters and their behaviors, whatever that I'm seeing in front of my eyes, it inspires me to be the better person as an educator for them, because being an educator also is being part of something big, is being part of their lives. These people are going to grow up to be leaders of countries, for example. You never know. In French, you say on
Mm.
sait jamais, which means you never know, we'll never know.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so they really inspire me to be the best that I want to be. It's
Mm.
exhausting. It's very exhausting being an educator, but nothing in life is easy. Nothing good in life is easy.
Mm.
Which is why you have to have that difficult conversation with yourself.
Yeah,
Yes, I know you're tired. I know it's mentally and physically exhausting, being an educator to little kids,
yeah.
but yeah, they inspires me in return. And in the end of the day, when you see them, like I mentioned before, they can compose a poem, write stories about their holidays, for example, write an essay about their holidays. It's rewarding. It's beyond words.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But is there a moment in time where you feel
Mhm.
sad, like, or you even cry for something that you think, you should have, but you couldn't have?
Of
Like,
course,
yeah,
definitely.
you do? Yeah, you
There
do?
was this moment, I think, in my late 20s when I felt like, oh, I'm gonna miss the train, and say what you like about numbers is just age is just a number and all that, but I mean, if you look at realistically, you have this biological clock ticking, as a woman. So
Mm-hmm.
if you want to have your own child, you want to have your own family, this is the time. This is the time. So that's what happens in my late 20s. There's a lot of tears, there's a lot of disappointment with myself. And I
Mm-hmm.
think in my late 20s, I talk to people a lot. I talk to this person, the people that I trust, of course. I talk to people who are close to me. I wish to have this, but why this person is not doing that? I'm looking for, I think I constantly look for mistakes, looking for something to blame, I think,
Yeah, yeah,
without realizing that actually to reach that contentment, to reach that concept of qana'ah, it has to start from you yourself. You have to
yeah.
be happy with yourself. You have to make yourself happy, not others.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the reason I asked, because I think I remember myself
Mm.
15 or maybe 20 years ago. I
Yeah.
thought I wouldn't have, I thought I would never have kids. So when
Yeah.
I looked at people, for example, when I looked at people around me, I cried. And I know how you feel when you mention about this. This is the part when we get to the difficult conversation. We have to go through these moments
Yes,
to
definitely.
acknowledge that this is what's happening, in
Mm.
order to be able to accept that in the future.
That it needs to be done. It's difficult.
Yes, exactly. So this is the process. So when I remember when I cry, when I look
Hmm.
outside the window, when I see a car full of family with kids,
Hmm.
and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna be single forever,
Oh
you
my God,
know?
I have that moment too. I'm like, never
Ah,
gonna have a ring on my finger.
yeah, yes, me too. Never have a ring on my finger.
Well, you do now, and I'm
No,
so proud
but
of you.
but you know what happened when I thought of
Mhm.
myself like that? Nobody's gonna
Mm.
marry me, or if I were to get married, I would
Yeah,
never have kids,
yeah,
or
true.
because I cannot do that. If you know, but then because then I accepted myself as I am and just live my life and be like you. Eventually, then suddenly, like, oh my God. You were at my wedding, and
A child, a
a
wife.
marriage, yes, a marriage that I never imagined myself into,
Mm-hmm.
and be like, wow, wow,
No,
So
I remember going to your wedding, seeing you like as happy as I've ever seen you. Like,
yes, yes, yeah. So when you spoke to me like this, I remember myself years ago. I remember, and I believe in you, and I
mm,
believe everybody deserve happiness.
yeah, I'm glad it's making sense to you. I'm glad you can relate
Yeah,
to my.
I can totally relate. That's why when you mentioned about that difficult conversation, I had that with my mom. I told her that, and my mom is okay with it, and it's okay, she says.
Yeah,
My dad is okay with it. Kalau ada jodoh, ada. Kalau tak ada, you
yeah.
know,
Maybe not
I'm
now.
just going to, yeah, live my life.
Yes, that's true. It's about feeling, everything is enough. I think everything has been fulfilled. That
Yes.
will come. Because, I think we both have had this, I think I've told you, I've had endless visits to hospitals,
Yeah.
trying to convince myself I have this, I have that. And there was this one episode where um, the doctor couldn't diagnose what I had when I was doing my master's in
Uh-huh.
Sydney. So,
Hmm.
I got really tired talking to clinical psychologists, and it's not cheap, it's really expensive, and it's starting
Yeah.
to use the size of my purse. So, so I feel like, no,
Huh?
this has got to stop, you know? Yeah.
What was the size of your purse?
No, like endless visit to clinical psychologists is reducing.
Oh,
It's it's costly. It's it's not cheap. But then I
yeah.
felt like, this has got to stop. I've got to stop talking to someone, and I have to start having these difficult conversations with myself first. And
Mm.
face it and accept it. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Then even going to see them it's not helping if you're not helping yourself.
It's not actually. In the beginning, you're so
Ah,
convinced that, oh yeah, someone's finally gonna help me get out of this or snap
yeah,
out of it.
yeah,
It's not. Eventually you realize, but it's not easy to realize that, realization takes time. Yeah.
yes. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, in that journey, ka, Nadia, it's also that is the process because it took me years since rehab and therapy and psychiatrist visit
Mm-hmm.
um, to actually get better because I went through relapse. And
Yes.
then there were moments I thought I'm not helping myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to say it like that, or it's easier said than done. But I remember, I went to rehab twice.
Mm.
So the first time, I thought I was getting better. And
Yeah.
then I'm like, why am I going through this again? Like, it's going
Mm.
up and down, up and down. It's like an emotional roller coaster and stuff like that. So then my therapist said, that's normal and it's okay to relapse. You
Yeah.
got to go through the process. You got to relapse.
You
If you
have
don't
to allow your
relapse,
emotions.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, because
Yeah.
that is the process. If you
It,
stop going the first time and think that that's not going to help you,
mm-hmm.
because it takes two to tango, it has to be you and also them, which is the
Mm-hmm.
doctors or the therapists or your rehab or whatever. It
Yes.
has to be sort of both ways,
Mm-hmm.
um and it has to be continuous. So when you stop, that's when you realize that you have to put yourself into the journey.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. It's
You
allowing yourself to feel every single thing the
ah
body is going to feel, but at the same time taking charge of it as well. Like, yes,
yes,
I'm going to allow you to
yes,
feel like this. I'm so sorry, but you have to go through it.
yes, and you have to admit those. You For the longest time I thought they were police, meaning if I say something they're going to tell the whole world and embarrass me even more. So I stopped saying things that I am supposed to. I don't say it. I don't admit. I still have those shield trying to protect myself when I know that is a safe space.
Yes,
So
yeah,
when you said when you told me that it's expensive to go, it's one thing, but then
it,
you also feel that it's not helping you
yeah,
because when you put that shield around you to protect yourself from coming out of your closet or to accept the truth,
Hmm.
that's what happens.
Yes, that's true.
But
That's
you
what
come out already, Nadia. You come out of it. That's why you
I think
realize,
the
that's why
fact
you
that
can
we're talking
accept.
about it, right? I think the
Huh.
fact that we're talking about it now, I feel like I'm done. Like I do get some episodes sometimes, but I know how
Yes.
to, all these triggers around us. It's not easy
Mhm.
to eliminate, but I think now we know how to overcome it, how to avoid perhaps
And to cope, you
to
can
cope
cope
with.
with it. Yeah. You
Yeah,
cope healthy.
true, true.
Yeah. Because previously we cope in an unhealthy way.
Oh, so unhealthy.
Yes. Like for me, yeah, I don't want to say anything that is going to whatever, but something like substance abuse, like eating a lot, like what else?
Yes, it can drag
Sleep,
someone
yeah,
to that.
sleeping a lot or work a lot, too much, anything that is a holic, something.
Something a holic, a
Something a
holic.
holic, something like workaholic or a holic, anything except for holics.
Yes, all the holics.
But if you drink too much holics, you are holics licks.
Too much of everything is bad. Too much
Yeah,
of
too much
everything.
everything. Anything that a holic something.
Yes.
It's bad because that's how people cope because they think by doing that it
Mm.
helps to ease themselves.
Yeah, we have different ways of,
Y-
coping. Like we have different
yes,
coping mechanisms. Like
yes. Even too
yours.
much running, too much
Yes,
exercising, not good.
true.
Too much dieting or too much or lifting dumbbells or do
True.
whatever that is too much. You have to find the balance. So to
See, I've tried yoga, I've tried, going to the gym, but apparently it wasn't for me. And for me, it
yeah,
was, I love dancing, so I just follow this African dance on YouTube, and it works for me actually. It really lifts my mood, and to have that difficult conversation, if we can go back to that, like, it really helps me, for me
yeah,
personally.
yeah.
Yes,
From my
maybe.
point of view, to start having that difficult conversation is
Yeah.
to navigate yourself to learn to accept certain things in life.
Yes, and it takes time. It's
It
not
takes
going to
time.
happen in one night. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't happen overnight. And
Yeah.
once you start to talk about it, and
Mhm.
it's important to find the people that you trust in this journey as well.
That's true. It's important to have people who support you as well, you know,
Yes. Yeah.
because, yeah, I think because life is very challenging.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. And like I mentioned earlier, and the only constant in life is change. And you've got to
Exactly.
allow yourself to change. And in order to do that, in order to achieve, this to go through this journey of change to make you feel to make you feel content,
Yeah.
is for me personally, to have that difficult conversation with myself and to be that person who does positive self-talk. I talk positive back to myself after
Hmm.
saying, like, for example, as I mentioned, oh, I'm not married yet. Wouldn't it be nice to have my own child, to travel with my own child, for example? But then I had this positive self-talk, like, look, Nadia, it's okay where you are now, your time will come. Imagine if you have all that you wanted, now you will not be able to cope uh, with your work as a teacher that you love so much.
Hmm.
Maybe now it's time for me to enjoy what I'm doing. I know some people say, oh no, you're like in your 30s already, but I don't know. Maybe my time will come, or say jamais. Like, we never know. you know? Yeah.
Now, speaking of which,
Mm-hmm.
you spoke about the challenges in life. Can you
Yeah.
describe your most challenging experience in this journey?
Oh, I've got a lot actually. I think
Yeah.
I think one of the most challenging ones are um, accepting the fact that my plans didn't work out. Because when I was doing my masters in Australia, I had a plan to continue to do my PhD because I love studying. I love doing literature review. I love reading all this thing about education, intercultural communication, and whatnot. But because of that, I don't know, that moment that I was not being diagnosed with anything, the doctors didn't know what it was. I was hospitalized. I had to come back. It was challenging for me to accept the fact that this is not going to work out either, Nadia. And I was already in my early 30s, you know, and
Mm.
going to an interview. So straight away, I went to a job for a job interview because I need my income to pay for my rent, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I had to pretend to be healthy when I was actually very, very sick and nobody knew what it was. No, none of the doctors could diagnose what it was. It was a severe headache and also, heart palpitation and all the anxiety
Mm.
symptoms that I heard of. But I didn't know much about it then. And then I remember I had knee. It's not just mentally; it was also physically as well. Challenges that I was going through. So I remember I had this issue with my knee out of the blue. So I couldn't walk properly. But then going to work, I had to actually pretend I was walking fine when it was so painful, because I wanted them to hire me. I needed this job.
Mm.
And of course, I had all this fear. Oh, what if I had that severe headache again when I was working? I had that fear, I had that doubt. But it turns out to be something I needed. That job was a good distraction. It was a positive distraction for me from all the things that I've had, all the anxiousness, all the pains that I've had. It was actually a good distraction. Yeah. And
Yes,
it
yeah,
took me
yeah.
maybe a year or two to realize that actually.
Now you spoke about
Yeah.
anxiety a lot.
Mm,
When did you discover that you have high functioning anxiety? That at the time the doctor did not
yes.
find out what it was actually about or couldn't diagnose you for what it is.
I think it's about within that 1 year after coming back for good, because the
Oh.
doctor in the hospital was saying, see, there's 50 to 60 different types of headache, but yours just do not fit into any of these. So it's a combination of this and that. So I got really fed up. Like I got really upset and disappointed with myself as well because it's come to a point that you're angry at yourself. Oh my gosh, what do you have? What do you have? Like you want to know the diagnostic of it. You want,
Mm-mm.
and then I started reading a lot about all these symptoms, and it fits into an anxious person, HSP, which is a highly sensitive person,
Mm.
a bit of OCD and all that, and but I think then I started talking to a clinical psychologist. They have this DASS test, is DASS test to
Yeah.
know what you have, whether you fall into depression or anxiety and all that. So
Mhm.
apparently I do have high functioning anxiety. So it's within that 1 year after coming back that I was diagnosed. But
Mm.
it took me years also to realize that I can use that to my advantage. I can actually use all this high functioning anxiety to, I also have a lot of energy, so dealing with kids is a good thing for me. So that's why, again, I said school is a good distraction for me because, in school, you don't sit in front of the computer. You walk a lot, you dance, you jump with them, you run a lot. So it was good to take up the energy that I have as an anxious person. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's also interesting now that we know how or why mental
Mm-hmm.
health is so important.
Yes,
And mental
yeah,
health is like the key to everything, like the
yeah.
key to all disease also.
Because
Because of
I,
your
I
mental
recently saw
health,
I
you
recently
become
saw a
sick.
video about how you actually have two different brains.
Mhm.
One is in your head and one is in your stomach. One is in your stomach. So it's actually what you eat, also your environment. If you're happy, so brain is just a notification. you know so it was an interesting point of view. I think that one video that I saw recently. So I know that if I eat well, um yeah, it's your intestines. I was looking for that word just now. It was
Mhm.
your intestines, that's your second brain. So
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
if
why they say trust your
yes,
guts.
because
Your guts,
exactly.
your
So
gut tells you something.
exactly. So you just follow your gut, trust your gut.
Mm.
So that's
Yeah.
that's where it's coming from, I think. So if you
Mm.
eat well and you You have a good day with your surroundings, with the people around you, and it will send a notification to your brain that you're happy, and then you'll be a happy person. You'll be a healthier person.
Mhm. And
So, yeah.
then speaking
Mm,
of that, kan macam like in this culture also,
mhm,
we still refuse to believe that it is interrelated. Meaning
mhm.
to say, when I say refuse means there's still a lot of people be like, tak ada apa-apa lah tu, just
Yeah,
ignore it. How
it's
much
your
more we want to be in denial in this, in
exactly.
this
I think
situation.
trust me, nobody wants to be an anxious person. Nobody wants to have whatever mental issues that people are having right now. Nobody wants to have that, right? Like
Yeah.
you don't want to have that mental issue. I don't want to have that mental issue. You just want to be a healthy person, but it's your experiences, it's your upbringing sometimes. It's whatever that you go through in life. It's your journey that has made you the person you are today. So your job now is to know how to avoid triggers or how to overcome it, how to cope with it. That's your
Mm,
job. Unfortunately, we have to do that. But yeah, or like having that difficult conversation with yourself as
mm.
a coping mechanism, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, especially generations are changing,
True. Yes.
kan? Our generation is not the same as our mother's generation.
Yes.
My son's generation is not the same as mine because the world evolved to something better, greater, for example.
Yes.
Or
To
if it's not
more
better,
advanced, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
more advanced or something. So I may not be, as equipped or as knowledgeable as in the next 20 years because things are keep changing.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
why you are the change.
Exactly. You are the
Eh,
change you want to be. It's up to you. It's not up.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not up to anyone but you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad you actually, made your way to seek for help
Yes.
and to come to your truth and find your every reason to accept who you are and be the change you want to see.
Oh my God, I feel like this is the actual clinical psychologist that I need. This is the actual session of clinical psychology that I need with you.
Yes, yes, and this is what happens to myself and my guests because when we talk, it's like
Yeah.
we talk in the most respectful way.
Mm-hmm.
We may be angry at certain things, but how do you put it out there in the most acceptable way?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Because anger, again, I think in rehab, I learned about anger
Mm.
management, how to express your feelings without hurting other people so
Mm.
much.
Was that one of the
Or
things you had to part of the program, or that was what you were dealing with?
no, it was part of the program. It was holistic. It's
Right.
from your food, it's from anger management,
Mm-hmm.
from yeah, your medication. Substances
Mm-hmm.
will include your medication.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Understanding yourself, understanding where you are right now,
Yeah.
understanding your body is
Mm-hmm.
everything. So
Yeah.
one of them is anger
Yeah.
management because we are so angry with our life for the things that we don't get to become or things that we don't get, the
Yes.
things we don't, you know, you
Yeah.
know, we don't
Maybe
get
at a
to.
certain point of time. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm so angry, I'm not Lady Gaga or something. Or Beyonce. I'm so angry that I was born not to become Beyonce. I want to be Beyonce. I want to be married to someone, or
Yeah.
something,
Or
whatever.
something. It's very
Okay,
interesting. There's all these news on the social media. This person's got married to a thing that they love the
yeah,
most. It's just, it's, ah, it's
yeah.
beyond this voice.
Exactly. I know. That's why I mentioned the word. This is just over the surface. Not me specifically. Okay, guys.
No, people can be
Don't
married to
get
their
me
job.
wrong. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you can.
People
For
can be married
example,
to their
if you
job.
want to, yeah, to say get married to a job or something, whatever it is that you're upset about, because
Yeah.
we got so caught up with that. We're so caught up in the pursuit of happiness that we forgot to like understand ourselves. That sometimes that
Mm.
is just this is what it is.
Yes.
I will never be Beyonce. I will never go to the Grammys or the Oscars or whatever. I just will never be. And to
You
accept that, it's really hard because I imagine myself to be greater than that.
greater than Beyonce.
Yeah, greater than Beyonce, greater than anything else in the world, to be the greatest in the world. I
Yes.
want to be great, I want to be great,
Yes.
not
But
to my eyes only or to my families or to my
mhm,
friends, to
mhm.
the world.
Okay, so we have that's your biggest dream.
Okay, okay. Let's just put it that way, okay? Let's just put it to
Yeah.
the very, very, obnoxious that way.
Let's. Oh, let's.
I want to be Paris Hilton. I want to be this, I want to be that. But you don't get to become these people because you're not that people.
Yeah.
And to go
You are
back to
you.
that,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
you are you. And so this is what we learn is to see who you truly are. That's who you are, that you can be those people, but you
Mhm.
have so many years to live. You have to accept certain things by hook or by crook. It's not
Yeah,
going to change anything.
that's true.
You see what I mean? That's why change is inevitable. Like things
Yes.
will have to change one way or another. There are things you cannot change, but what things can you change? Find that things you can change, because if you don't like it,
Then change.
change. Exactly.
Yeah.
So if I want to be something or aspire to be someone
Mm-hmm.
that I aspire to be, is to start doing something.
Yes, exactly.
Create that change for yourself and be
Yeah,
that person.
yeah, it's like if I can relate that to myself as an educator, a teacher is just a noun, but
Mhm.
it's this life is not about being a noun, it's about being a verb, if that makes sense to you. Oh no, this
Yeah.
from linguistic point of view pula dah. No, seriously, because like a teacher, anyone can be a teacher, anyone can be an educator. A mother can be a teacher to their kids also, you know. But doing it's about doing what you have to do as a teacher. It's about doing what you need to do as an educator or as a person that you aspire to be. Not just like, oh, Beyonce, I'm Beyonce, like you want to say, oh, I'm Beyonce, I'm Paris Hilton. But what do you need to do, in order to become that, in order to
Yeah,
become what you aspire to be, what you need to
exactly.
change, what kind of difficult conversation you need to have with yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 So for me, that is the difficult conversation, is to know that, I am a guy and I would never be that, and I don't want to be that anymore
What
because
an
I know,
interesting one. That's a
yeah,
very
what
interesting, difficult
ah
conversation, really.
yeah, and what it entails too,
Mm,
because it's not all happy moments you see. It's
yeah,
not. It's
that's
all the negative netizens, all the whatever it is out there,
bashing
like,
you for whatever you say, judging you and
yeah,
whatnot.
judging you, and I don't know what self-esteem you have to live that life.
Yes,
So
true.
to look back, I don't know if I can even be that.
Mm.
I cannot deal with it. I'll
Yeah,
be so distort.
it was too much.
Yeah, it's too much,
It was,
So yeah, so then I guess I have to change my mindset. You see?
change your mindset. Exactly.
Yeah, change my mindset to feel, to learn, to practice gratitude, to know it's okay. This is a good life. Of course, we are more fortunate than a lot of people,
Hmm.
but at the same time, it's okay to want more as well, and
Yes.
and be who you aspire to be. This is in the works to become something. Is to really, guys, change.
Yes. It's about, when you talk about mindset, it's really about how you see the world, how you view the world in a new
Mm,
perspective and a new point of view as well. That helps you to accept the present moment, I think. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
So in that sense,
Hmm.
what are your most valuable lesson?
One of my most valuable lessons would be to not be afraid to have that difficult conversation with yourself first. And it's okay if you want to talk to someone you trust, but have that, internal dialogue with yourself. And while you do that, I think do not forget to have that positive self talk because it will influence your, subconscious mind. that will definitely influence your journey, and to
Yeah.
never count on anyone to make you feel better or make you feel content.
Hmm.
Because I believe that we have to heal ourselves by ourselves. Like you heal yourself by yourself. Like you cannot count on a clinical psychologist, you cannot count on a psychiatrist or
Hmm.
a friend, even because a friend can listen to you, they might give you advice and whatnot. But in the end of the day, it's you who can heal yourself because you will be healed when you're ready. You will be healed when you want to be healed. Yeah.
Well said. Well said. Beautiful. Beautiful, Nadia. What is your message to anyone struggling to find themselves and become the change they wish to see?
Mm. I think my message would be again, have that difficult conversation. You see how important this is to me now, right? I keep mentioning
Hmm.
it. And remember to never allow anybody to judge your heart. And most importantly, to, I think, never ever give the permission to anybody to gauge your iman or your intention. That's for you, that's between you and God and not for others. I think, yeah.
And as we move forward, can you share your thoughts or a piece of wisdom for us to make a difference?
Mm, well, I think I've said it already. Like you have to accept that this is what God thinks best for you. I'm a really strong believer in God because if you see me on the outside, you will not believe it. But we always have that one rope holding on to our Creator, where no matter how far we go away from it, but always accept that this is what God thinks best for you for now, and that your time will come. Whatever that you want to achieve might be bad for you, and that's why you are where you are right now because this is the best for you in the present moment, I think. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice, Nadia. I really enjoy this conversation with you. I really
Yeah.
do because it's not just deep.
I don't think we've ever had this kind of conversation. I mean, we did, but
Yeah.
there was a lot of ha 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 and the
Yeah.
tofu and
Yeah. But this time it really goes down to the core, to what really,
yes,
goes deep inside us,
yes. And
what it
there's
really means to us
yes,
in
there
our
is something
friendship.
that we haven't shared with each other, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Before we end the conversation, Nadia,
Hmm?
what are your hopes and dreams for yourself and the world?
Oh, the world. Pressure.
This is my favorite
No.
question.
Oh no. But it's a great question. But I've had these dreams. I think one of my dreams was to one day to open my own educational center where children
Ooh.
who they are and do whatever they want to do, in a safe environment, of course, and also to see more not only qualified but passionate educators in the field of education because students are my inspiration. So the education field is very important for me, and I also hope that for all educators out there to experience one of the most inspirational episodes of their lives, for the betterment of everyone's future, I think. Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. It sounds like a really, really good ambition, hopes
Very
and dreams.
I hope so. I hope so.
So, Nadia Aziz, you are an inspiration to me. Thank you for sharing your stories with me. Thank you for, setting the light for others to see
Yes,
through and be the change they wish to see.
I do hope that it is beneficial for people who are listening to it, are going through the same journey, perhaps.
Yeah, it really will. I hope so too. Thank you, Nadia. Thank you for listening to He. A new episode is available every Thursday, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. We'd love to hear from you. Follow me on social media at Rafi Ridzwan and at He Podcast for all the updates and behind the scenes. Once again, thank you for listening to He with Rafi Ridzwan.